what was the scariest part in that season for Noi?
The unknown,
The
the
unknown.
the what if I don't make it, the what if I'm not that good at it, what if people don't trust me, what if I'm okay right now, I have 1 or 2 good months, but what happens after that, right? So it's just future thinking, the unknown of it, which is the scariest part. And I think till this day it's just
Really?
like right now it's like, oh, we had a okay month this month, well, what's happening next month, I have no idea, so
And how
that's
long have you
always
now been in
scary.
the business?
15 years now, 15,
15
16 years.
years.
Yeah,
Okay. And the unknown, that feeling's still there.
the feeling is still there, like I never
Fair.
feel like it's secure, but at the same time I love it,
Right.
because I wouldn't be happy saying, "Oh, I work for this corporation, I work for this company, I'm okay, I'm getting my salary." I wouldn't be happy with that because I know at least now if I put in the work, what I'm putting in, I know eventually down the road I'll get it right back, and
Hmm.
that to me is like, and that means the world to me.
So if you can think of year one, year two, year three, did you ever feel like giving up?
Yeah, and yes and no. Like, did the thought cross my mind? Like, am I really cut out for this? Yes. However, coming from my background, my family history, and just knowing that, I kind of put the weight of my family's well being on my shoulders, I didn't give myself that option. I was like, I have to see this through one way or the other.
It's funny because when I let go of my full time job to jump into real estate, funny story. The first time I'm ever gonna say it to out there to everyone, right? Um, I will have nightmares of being back at my job. It was so funny. Like I find it so interesting. Like I will literally wake up like, oh man, like I gotta go, and then it was like it was just connected to the fact that I had a dream that I had to go to work. So for me, the one thing that helped me is my circle, like my family. They always kind of like help me push. Did you have people around you, friends, coaches, mentors, back in year one, two, three, or it was just you just pushing through everything?
Aside from my mentor that I was kind of shadowing and learning the business from, as far as the motivational keep going, you're doing good. No, it was
No.
really just the want and the desire. I did it. Yeah, my family was supporting me and things like that. Like, yeah, you're doing good, keep it up thing. But it wasn't kind of like they were like there, like, yeah, it was kind of like, okay, okay.
Don't quit, you'll be fine.
I think they were
Yeah.
probably just as nervous as I was, right?
I like how
Um,
it works.
but yeah, it was scary. It was a scary time because I did feel like it was just all me at that point.
Wow. So you're going through the business, you're finding like I guess how to work with COI and everything that you're afraid of. Is there someone that you were trying to like compare your business to? Like did you have like a clear target of who you wanted to be or not really? It was more like let me see what's the maximum of sales I could do. Like was it money driven or was it like image driven? I guess that's the question.
Money driven or image driven? It wasn't necessarily about the money and the aspect of like I just want to have a bunch of money. It wasn't necessarily that. It was just kind of like I just wanted to be able to provide for me, at
Okay.
least for me. I just
Okay.
wanted to provide. Can I provide? Can I take care of my mom and dad and help them with the bills? Can I then have my own home? Can I then cover my bills? Can I have my car? That was initially it. Then it was like, okay, I think I'm getting by. I got that covered. Check. I was still consider myself young. I'm 41 now, but at that time I was like my late 20s, early 30s. All right, let me get my dream car. I want to start driving something nice. Eventually, I gotta attract that partner, that girl. Like how do I attract them? Let me start kind of making it. And then as far as the North Star, what was I shooting for? I would look at who were the top agents in our local market here in the Chicago area and kind of see what are they doing, how are they doing it, and even on the ones that put themselves out there, the $1 million listing agents, the ones that at that time were kind of on social media the most often as recognized as top agents. At least in those early years, I would look at them and try to model a version
Mm.
of what I was doing with what they were doing because it was either the top agent or what was getting attention. So I would do in that direction, but then still try to do me at the same time.
Was there something that you did back then that you're like, oh, that was not a good plan. That was not a good idea. As a business owner, sometimes we do make mistakes that we're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have gone that route. Is there something like that that you can remember?
I can't remember like saying, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that" at all. I feel like whatever I tried and it didn't work, at least I learned from it, you know.
Got
And
it.
I don't think I ever got anything. I don't recall ever doing anything too crazy that I regret, especially on the business side of things. No, I just kind of always said, "All right, if I'm gonna figure out, let me try this, let me try that." It I kind of always told myself, "You're if it's either gonna work or it's gonna teach me something that I can then use for the next time."
Got it. And still talking about the early stages of the business, one of the things I emphasize to people is you got to treat your business like a business. That's one of the things that helped me like be in the place that I'm in now. Uh, did you education around that? Did that happen to you at an early stage of your business, or did it come after the fact?
That came after. That was before the call we jumped into the topic of obviously we met through the coaching programs and
Right.
with Danny and whatnot. That to me really got solidified at that point. But prior to it was it was life that taught me how to try to manage a business in the sense that I would see agents come into the industry
Uh huh.
and you had the opportunity to make a lot of money, but then they didn't do anything with it, right?
Yeah.
And I would see even from like obviously from our hometowns in Mexico, you would see these
Mhm.
people and like quién tenía el dinero, los narcos o it wasn't the factory workers, you know, it was like los narcos son los del billete, and I was like, well, I don't want to do it that way either, because that's a whole nother thing, right? So I'm like, how do I do what I'm doing at a high level, but then still kind of build security and then
Right.
build longevity, you know? And then at that point, I was just basically learning, all right, well, I don't want to be in debt. I think that was the worst thing growing up, seeing my mom and dad constantly butt heads about the monthly bills, la renta, los biles, you know, do you have it? Do you not have it? And then that stress, you know? So I didn't want that. I knew that much. So just saying, how much bare minimum do I need to pay my bills? And then from there, how much would I need to get the thing that I want? You know, and I think for me, it came when I started when I met my now wife, that I proposed and I did all of that. That I was like, oh yeah, I proposed. Now I got the girl, awesome. But then I didn't know. I was clueless. You got to put a date on it. Oh, when's the wedding? And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. You just said yes. I'm excited for that. Well, now I got to pay for a wedding, and that taught me so much because now there's that finite date that I have to go to, and I have to have a certain amount of money for that date. And when I was able to do that and use real estate and the deals and pay my bills and take care of what I needed to take care of and still put money on the side to have a savings to then pay for the wedding cash the day of, I was like, wow, I did that. That to me was like, whoa, if I could do that for a one night event like a wedding, can I do that for vacation? Can I do that for savings, investing? Can I do that for whatever I want? You know, and that kind of just sparked it like, oh, there's a system, there's a method, there's a way of operating where I can have what I want.